Hello my loves, today I'm going to show you guys how to create your own full wig with a lace closure. If you like to see this tutorial, then please keep on watching. To make this wig, first you're going to need a foam head and you're going to need a dome cap. You can find all this at the beauty supply, and you're going to need a weaving needle and some thread. Next thing you're going to need are some clips to hold the hair so they don't get everywhere, and then you're going to need some tape rule, and finally you need some scissors. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just putting the thread in the needle. I'm doing it only once, and you just want to make sure you tie that in a secure knot. Now I'm going to be taking the tape rule. I'm going to measure my head, and this is to ensure that the cap fits snugly after you're done with the weave. So now I'm putting the cap all over the head, and the technique I use with this is that I make sure that the two seams in the front are in the front of the head, and I make sure it's really snug and really pulled down over the foam head. And you want to make sure you measure it with a tape rule and make sure that the tape rule measures at least 4 inches less than your original head size. So now I'm placing the lace closure over the foam head, and I'm using my needles to secure it in place on each side. I don't advise you do this. I advise that you actually put some tacks to hold it down. Now we are beginning to sew around the perimeter of the lace closure, and I'm using the reinforced edges to sew it snugly on the cap. When you are sewing on this cap, you want to make sure you skip the seams, and this would ensure that the cap fits on your head, because I know people have problem with the cap fitting on their head after they're done. And when you're done, you just want to make sure you secure it and tie it off with a knot. Now I'm beginning to sew my first weft. This is going to be the 24-inch bundle. I'm going to sew two 24-inch bundles starting from the nape of the cap, and I'm going to continue off with the 20 bundle. And the method I use for sewing this is that I sometimes go up on top of the weft and below under the weft. I do not go through the weft because I do not want to destroy the weft. So I make sure I go between the hair, under the weft, and then over. And then I also do another method where I pull it out and then put the thread over and then pull it out. So there are two methods to making this kind of wig. So now that we're at the top, you guys see that U formation right there. When you are getting towards the U part, it's kind of hard. People don't realize that when you get to the U, you want to make sure you keep sewing. As you're sewing, you want to make sure you keep putting the hair to cover that U part, and don't make that a U shape. At the end, it will look like it's flat. So you just want to make sure when you're going over with your next track, you are gradually closing out that U part that you see in the video. And as you guys can see, the U part is gradually closing up. Now it's finally closed up, then I will start a new track. I would basically cut the track up and start it, and it will look all equal at the end. So as you guys can see, the space looks very equal because of the way I closed up the U. So basically I used all 4 bundles of hair. I made sure I utilized every single bundle. So I'm bringing the weft as close as possible. Now we are at the last track. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing with the next one. The next track that I'm going to use, I am basically going to make sure I sew that with the cap and the reinforced edge of the lace closure. This ensures the cap is really secure and the closure is secure to the last track, including the dome cap. Now I am finally done with the wig overall, so I'm cutting the back of where the closure is placed on because we obviously don't want that to be showing as our scalp. So you just want to cut that U part out and it will make it very natural. And then finally, I'm going to cut the lace off. Please be careful and take your time with this because you don't want to cut the hair of the baby hairs of your lace closure. And this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my how to make a wig tutorial. This was highly requested, so I hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, feel free to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Thank you guys again for your support. I love you guys and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.